What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. Tottenham 5, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. Tottenham win 5-1, 2 games in a row. 2 hat-tricks in a row. Today it was Harry Kane's day. Right now we're just watching him doing the rounds, clapping to all the Spurs fans as he leaves the pitch.
But he does that every game.
He does that every game, yeah. But look, I think today was a really good game of football. First half, Spurs were all over Shakhtar, but we were susceptible to that ball over the top from Shakhtar. It was a bit worrying, to be honest, how just it took one ball to go over the top and we looked in trouble. But I thought we played well in the first half without really hurting them too much. We were creating chances, but not too many clear-cut chances. We did force the keeper into a number of saves, though, in that first half. I thought Kane, in early stages of that game, of the first half, looking good, did kind of wean out of it towards the last stage of that first half, but other good performances, especially Destiny Udogie, I thought was really positive in the first half. I thought Romero looked good, Sonny a bit lackluster, and James Maddison, I mean, he had a poor, maybe not a poor start to the game, but a slow start to the game, and he grew in influence. But I mean, the first half, it was just a bit like we're putting them under pressure, but we know, like, in the final third, the passing was just that little bit off, and we could have done better. In the second half, it did all change, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were a lot more effective in the second half. I think we were a lot better at picking up the ball in positions to really hurt Shakhtar. I think our pressing was a lot more effective in that second half, and we were able to quickly transition the ball into open space a lot more effectively, and that led to a lot more clear-cut opportunities. I felt like in the first half, Shakhtar defended quite well. Our possession-based football was decent. We were able to make openings, but a lot of the chances we created were kind of half chances. Kane would have needed good finishes to finish his chances from the positions he was picking up. I thought our wingers were getting joy without really being effective in the good openings they were creating for themselves and the good positions they were taking up. And then off the ball, it didn't happen that often, but occasionally Shakhtar were threatening with balls over the top, and obviously the goal they scored was from a poorly defended cross from the left-hand side, and it was a nice header from Kelsey, the Shakhtar striker, to head home. But it's been a consistent problem over pre-season, these crosses being failed to deal with. In terms of the first half goal we scored, was only a penalty, brilliantly won by James Maddison, but really well tucked away from Harry Kane after some good interchanges between Maddison and Son. But after the penalty, I felt Maddison really started to pick up some really good positions and grow in the game and add that creative spark that we haven't seen him really provide so far in his preseason on a consistent basis. Second half, though, I agree. We upped the energy levels. I felt like Shakhtar were getting a lot more leggy as well, but we were turning over the ball in a lot more dangerous areas. I think that was the key. And I think once we did turn over the ball in Shakhtar's third, we were a lot more effective in getting quick passes off and making quicker, more accurate and clinical decisions in that final third. And that led to the goal that made it 3-1, especially Son into Kulusevski, nutmeg through ball to Kane, and that was a very quick goal. The second goal was a brilliant assist from Maddison, which on the edge of the box, Eriksen-esque, lovely float across the back post for Harry Kane to head home. And then the fourth goal was this was when Son went off, Manor Solomon cutting inside, nice strike, saved from the keeper, and Kane tapped it home. And I felt like in the second half, especially Kulusevski, really upped his game. I thought first half he was picking up positions but wasn't being effective with it, but second half was completely different. Brilliant his dribbling was absolutely fantastic. They couldn't deal with him. He went on the outside and was setting up opportunities, one on the inside and was able to get shots off and crosses to the back post, and he was an absolute menace in that second half.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, their fullback just could not deal with Dejan Kulusevski. He was beating them time and time again. I would still like to see a bit more quality from him at the end of those runs, but I mean, he did look very dangerous. I mean, Heung-min Son, I mean, he was okay today. He did improve a little bit in the second half, but a bit of a lackluster display, in my opinion, from Heung-min Son, which brings the question, is he really suited to this kind of system? Because I felt like when Manor Solomon came on, he just gave us that bit more direct play, and he looked a bit more suited to what Ange Postecoglou does want to do on that left-hand side. Pape Matar, I thought, was brilliant today, especially in the first half. He was getting in and amongst it. He was taking shot after shot, and really good quality ones as of it as well. I think he forced the keeper into a couple of saves during the day, but it was just nice to see the team improve throughout the game, and Maddison was just unplayable at times today. He really was. They just really couldn't get the ball off him, and with Harry Kane scoring 4 goals, obviously you're going to say he's man the match, but apart from Harry Kane, you've got to say, James Maddison was probably the best player on the park.
Yeah, I think so. I think his ability in these tight spaces to wriggle out of trouble was absolutely fantastic. And you saw when you give him time and space for that second goal, he can just put it on a plate for Harry Kane with a lovely floated cross. And I thought he was really bright. In a lot of the times when there was interchanges in and around the penalty area, he was the one right at the heart of all of them, creating the opportunities. He got a couple shots off as well, which he manoeuvred for himself, which was unlucky not to score with. And I think he was always looking for through balls, either to Son or for Kane in behind early, or when that wasn't on, he was able to pick the ball up, just outside the penalty box and keep attacks ticking over and sustaining attacks on Shakhtar. And that was definitely the most encouraging performance from Maddison in pre-season that we've had. He's definitely starting to get to grips with things. I think overall, look, we know the opposition isn't the best, but second half was definitely pure domination. They barely had anything in that second half, Shakhtar. Still, you can see in the first half, there's still some teething problems when it comes to how we're defending and the chances we're giving up. Albeit, what I would say is we are giving up good quality chances, but not quantity of chances, which I guess is a positive. Once you, I think in a way that's like the first step. You stop the quantity of chances from coming, and then you can start to deal with the quality of chances.
Yeah, the thing is, I do feel if we come up against better opposition, which we will do week in, week out in the Premier League, I think you will see a bigger volume of chances, to be honest. And I feel like if we come up against a team with, good ball playing centre backs, we could be in trouble. With those balls over the top are causing us problems every time they come.
But once we have Van de Ven, maybe that will be lesser.
Yeah, that's another thing, but we just don't know that until he's in the team. But yeah, I assume that would combat things. But following on from the West Ham game where we had 30 shots on goal, today again 32 shots on goal, 20 shots on target today. 20 shots on target though, and only 5 goals. I mean, you do expect more than that from 20 shots on target.
Yeah, definitely. We had, in terms of big chances, it says here we had 8 big chances throughout the game. So it does suggest that we are creating big opportunities as well. It said 5 of them in the first half. It's saying only 3 in the second. So it's saying we had the better quality chances in the first half, actually. But it's definitely more indication of Spurs moving in the right direction to how we want to play. The positive thing is, as much as defensively we look rusty, we're still doing less defending, which is positive, and we're doing more attacking, keeping the ball a lot better as well. And all the players who are coming into the team looking like they're getting to grips with what Ange wants to do. It's still looking like a work in progress, but we're definitely moving in the right direction. So I'm very, very happy about that. And also a quick mention, Dane Scarlett with a brilliant finish for the 5th goal, which is absolutely fantastic to see. On his weaker foot as well, it did take a big touch and he was a bit lucky he found some space, but the turn and the finish into the far corner was absolutely sublime from him.
He was impressive when he came on, Scarlett. He was putting himself about. He looks like he's grown a little bit in terms of it into his body, and it was a dynamite finish. It really was from Dane Scarlett. So Spurs score 5 goals today, each of them from academy graduates, 4 for Harry Kane and 1 for Dane Scarlett. Do you think that was Harry Kane's last game?
No.
No.
I'm going to say no. Look, he got 4 goals. I thought he was looking great. And look, if the deal was close, I think that he wouldn't have been playing today. So that indicates that the deal isn't very close right now. And if they're still struggling to meet our price tag at this point, are they really going to push the boat out and go all out, or are they going to move on? They have a week today to get this deal done. Otherwise, Kane is going to be here, I think, for this season. So I think at the moment, my money's on him staying.
Interesting. I mean, we do have a week to go now till that Brentford game, so I do envisage it to be a week full of a lot of talk and speculation, so keep yourself strapped in. But another good performance from Spurs. I think a lot of reason to be positive about with the season coming around. I do feel like, though, we're not just about ready just yet with the defensive shape and also how susceptible we are to those balls over the top. But in terms of going forward, in terms of how we're winning the ball high up the pitch and really sustaining pressure at times, I think there are definitely reasons to be positive and really to look forward to the season.
Yeah, definitely. Another quick mention to a player we haven't mentioned is Destiny Udogie as well. Because I thought at left back, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Again, he's really been impressive in pre-season, but I thought this was his best performance yet. Constantly providing options down the left-hand side, getting in the box on occasion as well to get a few shots off. But I thought what was really impressive is his ability in that inverted role to just, when needed to, keep things simple, making sure he gets his passing accurate, making sure he's finding his teammates and progressing the ball into space, which has been really, really impressive. We all know he's got great engine to go on the overlaps and underlaps on the left-hand side and attack the fullback with space. But I'm impressed as well with the bit of maturity he's finding in those central positions to just make sure he's calm and composed at the same time as being a fullback who likes to attack the wing.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I really like what both him and Emerson both bring us at the same time. They're both really strong in defence, to be honest, and big units, both of them. And it's very hard for players to bully them or muscle them out. And they're providing us quality as well. But Emerson's winning the ball up high up the pitch, Destiny as well. They both seem to be really comfortable inverting. So I think in terms of when you're looking at the start of the season, them two should probably be the two that start the season for us.
Yeah, I think so. Right. Especially as we're having the defensive problems that we have been having, I think it's probably safer for now to have Emerson. And I think he didn't do anything really going forward, to be honest, but I thought what he did do is what I keep saying he's good at, is keep things simple and allow the better players to flourish. He just makes sure that when you're getting the ball, you're finding a teammate, you're keeping things simple and essential, you're just making simple choices, and then once you're doing that, you can allow a platform for the likes of Kulusevski, Maddison and Kane and the forward players to really flourish. And that's been his main role. And also when we're going back the other way, making sure you've got that on lock, not giving up too many good quality opportunities, and just doing the simple things. Don't get too excited when you're in the forward positions and try and whip too many crosses in or do to overcomplicate things, essentially. And that's what he's doing really well. He's not overcomplicating things. He's keeping to what he's good at. And I think it's helping the team flourish a bit. Yeah, absolutely. So I think Spurs had 20 crosses today, 5 successful crosses. Do you feel like maybe with a player like Veliz, with his aerial ability, can really help us, finish off those crosses and get more accurate ones with such a big player that is really good, supposed to be really good in the air? Potentially. I mean, I don't expect Veliz to be starting too much at the moment, but, look, we've got Kane in there. There's not too many, better penalty box strikers. I'm kind of saying if Kane leaves. If Kane leaves. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't see the cross. I don't see... Well, Richarlison's very good in the air as well. Yeah, I don't see them being better than Kane in the box. I mean, no one's going to be better than Kane. So I don't see that stat improving with a different striker. But sometimes Kane is a bit like not in the centre box and he's like dropped deep a little bit, and because he did do that in the first half. He was in the early stages of the first half, he was really getting up on the forward line in the night where a number 9 should be, but then he did kind of revert into the dropping back thing that he likes to do. Yeah, he did do that, but look at his goals in the second half. No, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is to make more use of the crosses, because sometimes Kane isn't in those positions to be on the end of them, even though he was today, where he scored that Maddison goal. Yeah, I think there's an argument to be said. Maybe we can make more use of the crosses, but I don't think a lack of numbers in the box was our problem from the crosses. I think we just need a bit more quality. Yeah, I think that was probably a bit more of an issue. Fair enough. But look, it's a good, another good day for Ange Ball. 5-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.